All right. Let's see what happens. See if we get anybody in here. Once I start getting some people in here, we will talk about what happened last night. Talk about what happened last night. And if nobody comes in, then I guess we will not do it yet. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, birthday chat. What's up? Says I got zero in here. I don't know why it's telling me I only got zero. Got zero people in here. I have birthday chats in here. There we go. Now it's showing up. It's showing up. How you doing today, birthday chat? Hopefully your Saturday is going great. Because mine's not too bad. Mine's not too bad. I want to see if a couple more people will hop in here. Once a couple people hop in, then I will talk about what happened last night. Just posted some videos to my YouTube. Right on, right on. Yeah, keep posting those videos. I gotta stop smoking. I'm tired of smoking. I'm getting to the point where I'm smoking way too much again. Gotta stop smoking. It says I got two people in here, but I only see one. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I'll wait and see if we can get a couple more people in here. Birthday chat. If we can get a couple more people in here. I gotta quit too. Been smoking since I was 12. Yeah, I've been smoking since I've been, let's see, I'm 41. I think I started smoking when I was 16, 15 or 16. And then I stopped smoking for, I think, 3 or 4 years and just chewed for the longest time. And then I went back to smoking, and now I got the habit of smoking while I'm at home and then chewing while I'm at work, because you can't smoke in the building. So, but we're going to see if we can get at least one more person in here, and then I will talk about what happened last night to me on my way home, because I know what happened last night. I was in the wrong in some areas, but I was not in the wrong for what they said I did wrong. And let's put it this way, he shut off his body cam at some point. So no, you didn't miss nothing. I didn't post the video what happened last night. I didn't post the video on YouTube last night because my wife don't like to be on camera. She don't like to show her face. So she I ended up handing her my phone, and I didn't realize she was on camera while it was still recording, so I didn't post it. I need to do some editing before I can post it up on there so they can hear the conversation between me and this person. And yes, let's see, what did birthday chat say here? I missed something? No, I didn't post nothing. So you didn't miss nothing. Today I'm going to be talking about it. Or something. Oh, sounds like police case. You said body camera. Yep, you are right, birthday chat. Yep, it's due with a highway patrol. But it says I got 3 people in here, so I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it. And so what happened last night is about 12 o'clock. I ended up going to McDonald's about 12 o'clock. I think I got over at McDonald's around 12:05 or so, 12:10 over at McDonald's. And then once I got to McDonald's, I ordered my food. On my way home, there's I think two bars on my way back through. And like I said, it was after midnight, so but I ended up coming home. And remind you, I live in my town, I live on the west end, and so in some parts of the west end it's high volume of drugs. So, and the road I was on was the main road to get out of town going east and west. So I was on my way home. We have 2 railroad tracks that you come up to. When you come up to, you got to slow down because it's real bumpy on the main road out here. High Street. That's what I'm going to say. High Street, and that's it. And I live off of High Street. So I was coming home. I ended up turning the corner off of one road to get on High Street, going west. So I was going north on one street, and then I turned left on High Street going west to come home. I ended up, in a distance, I can see headlights, and it looked like a highway patrol. So when I got close enough to the railroad tracks, I was probably 20-30 feet away from the railroad tracks, and I ended up, actually the highway patrol ended up going over the first set of railroad tracks, and right when I got close enough to the other railroad tracks, I started to slow down. He ended up going over the second, and we passed. Soon as we passed, I was already on the brakes. There's a yellow line when you go up to the railroad tracks. So when he passed me, we passed at the same time. Soon as he passed, my brake lights were on. I went over the first set. As soon as I went over the first set, and he was already going over the second set. So when I went over the first set, he went over the second set of railroad tracks. We passed. Soon as he got past me, he slammed on his brakes, did a U-turn in the middle of the road, and started following me. Well, I went over the second set of railroad tracks, and I was still on the brakes. Went over, boop, boop. I was heading home. I ended up passing, 1, 2, 3 streets. I live on the 3rd street, so I ended up passing 2 streets. Soon as I turned on my road, I already turned on the road, and then he ended up turning behind me. And I was already pretty much at the time he turned the corner, I was already at my driveway. My headlights, when I pulled into my driveway, my headlights were literally shining on the side of the house. So when I pulled in, he hurried up, flipped his lights on and his sirens while I was pulling in my driveway. I stopped, I backed up, and I started getting out of the truck. And the first thing he said to me when he walked up to the truck, after I was already getting out, I didn't care. I already had the truck shut off. I got out. Instantly, I was pissed off when he got behind me in the first place. As soon as he got behind me, I got pissed off. Straight pissed off, because the vehicle I drive is my stepson's vehicle. My stepson has a permit, but for some odd reason, when they run the tags on this truck, the tags come back to a non-licensed driver. Don't know why, but when you call the BMV and talk to the BMV, they say that his permit is valid. So it don't make sense. And we tried to correct it a couple times, and they won't. They said there's nothing they can do because it says he's valid when they run his tags on this truck. This ain't the first time I've been pulled over. I've been pulled over in 1 month. I've been pulled over 10 freaking times in 1 month. So last night when I got out of the truck, I ended up pretty much meeting the cop as soon as I got out of the truck. He goes, "How you doing tonight?" And of course, I was a prick and I said, "Fine, good, whatever." He asked if I had an ID. That's what he said. "Do you have an ID?" First thing came out of my mouth is, "No, I do not have an ID." Technically, I have a driver's license. So I was kind of being a smartass. So he kind of looked at me. He said a couple things. He goes, "Well, I pulled you over. I stopped you because you went left to center." No, I didn't. I didn't go left to center. I did not go left to center. I know for a fact I did not go left to center. Because if I would have went left to center, he would have swerved or we would have connected. Simple as that. I know I didn't go left to center. And I will make a video today on where it happened, and I will show you when we passed the railroad tracks and everything. And then he ended up at some point, and I wish my wife was in the chat because she can relate some of the stuff that happened, but I was so pissed off because he kept on telling me I went left to center, and I told him I did not go left to center. And then he tells me to keep my hands out of my pockets. Well, first off, I'm on my property. Second off, my hands were cold because it was cold out, so I had my hands in my pocket. He told me to take my hands out of my pocket, and I put my hands back. Sorry, my phone, for some odd reason, the internet screwed up there. So the officer kept on arguing with me about going left to center, and I said, "No, I did not go left to center. I know my rights, and I did not do nothing wrong." And then, as soon as I said rights, he pretty much told me that I didn't have any rights while he was standing in front of me. On a traffic stop, you do not have no rights. I got to do everything what he tells me to do. If he tells me to keep my hands out of my pocket, I have to keep my hands out of my pocket. If he tells me to stand up against the car, I have to stand up against the car. But honestly, I was on my property. Technically, I wasn't really on a traffic stop because I was in my driveway. And 3, he didn't really pull me over for anything. And the sad part is, when me and him passed, the car behind him literally about hit the fucking curb. The person that was driving the car behind him, after me and him passed, the fucking car swerved and about hit the fucking curb to the right. And I even told him, I go, "Well, the car behind you swerved." "Oh, I'm not worried about him. You're the one that went left to center." No, I did not go left to center. And I argued and argued and argued with him. No, I did not go left to center. And then finally, the wife sat there and told me to shut up because I was getting so fucking pissed. I ended up walking up on my porch, and he told me, "Where are you going?" Well, first off, hold on, let me rewind this. I got back in the truck to get my food and my wallet. I ended up reaching in the truck, and he ended up grabbing a hold of my sweatshirt and going, "Where are you going?" "I'm getting my fucking food and my ID." "You wanted an ID? I give you my fucking ID. Then he tells me, "Oh no, I don't need an ID." Whatever. So I understand why he was concerned of me getting back into the vehicle, opening the door, getting back in, because yes, I could have possibly had a weapon. I understand that. That was probably my fault. I probably would have got shot. I understand that. That was my fuck up. But I was so pissed off at the time. And he's sitting there telling me pretty much I went left to center when I did not go left to center. And my wife finally sat there and goes, "You know what? Just get the ticket. And he's got a dash cam. We will take it to court." Soon as she said dash cam, he has a camera right here on his chest or his stomach. It was flashing red. Every time I looked at it, it was flashing red. Soon as the wife said, "Just write the ticket and he's got a dash cam, we will go and fight it in court," that red light disappeared. He shut off his camera. And then he sat there and told me, as long as an officer is standing in front of me, I did not have pretty much any rights. I have to do exactly what he tells me to do, even though there was no reason for him to pull me over. I understand I was in the wrong for reaching into my vehicle after we stood there and talked for 5 minutes. I understand that was probably the stupid thing of me doing. I understand me getting pissed off when I got out of the truck. I was acting like a dick. I understand that. The movements I was doing, putting my hands in my pocket, moving around, trying to walk away so I can calm down. He still escalated and still kept on saying, "Well, if I was another officer, you probably wouldn't go this way. You're lucky you have me. Because if it was any officer, they probably would have already done and handcuffed you." So there's a lot of things I probably did wrong. And when I put out the video after I'm done editing it, you can hear the whole conversation of what was being said. So when I put that video out, I would like everybody's input. Yes, I was wrong for making a lot of movement. Yes, I was wrong for not sitting there going, "You know what? I remain silent. I don't want to say nothing." That's what I should have said, but I didn't, because I was so fucking pissed off at this cop for pulling. Honestly, I wasn't even pulled over. I was in my driveway when he flipped the blue lights on. I was technically in my driveway when he flipped the blue lights on. So when he flipped those blue lights on, technically I was in my driveway. Now I just looked up the Ohio state laws. About 2 weeks ago, I looked up the state laws of Ohio when you get pulled over on a traffic violation. An officer is allowed to get you out of the car, pat you down, but that's only if he thinks there's a weapon in the vehicle. He can search the car or anything like that if he thinks there is a weapon or something in that vehicle. I didn't have to give him my driver's license. I didn't have to answer any of his questions. But now, today, when I looked up the law, it's all been changed. It's saying now, when an officer pulls you over in the state of Ohio, it don't matter where you're at. When an officer pulls you over, you have to identify yourself. You have to let them search your car. You have to let them search you. And the only right I can have is to remain silent. I can tell the officer, I don't want to talk to you. I remain silent. My Fifth Amendment. I'm pretty sure that's what it said. And then last night, the officer says, pretty much tells me I didn't really have any rights as long as he's standing in front of me. It don't matter if he's on my property or not. But it's okay. But it's okay for someone to break into my house, get caught. What's up, Buckeye Creeker? Get caught, and they only get a ticket for breaking in my house. If you get pulled over and you have a meth lab, or you get busted for a meth lab, you only get a ticket. But if you don't do nothing wrong and you're driving a straight line and he thinks you went over a center line because the car behind him about hit a fucking curb, I get in trouble for it. I about go to jail because I ran my mouth. I just don't understand it. It seems like anymore, officers act like they can do whatever they want because they have a badge. I don't have nothing against cops. I really don't. They're here to protect and serve. There's a handful of cops in my hometown that I get along with because I used to run tow truck. They're cool as hell. They will stop, play basketball with kids. They will play baseball with kids. They will stop and talk to the family. You know, if you're out on your front porch in your yard, they're cool as hell. And then there's the other handful of cops and a handful of highway patrols. It patrols this town because the cops can't do it, because they just don't want to do their job correctly. So now they got highway patrols that will come into the town and patrol just on the weekends. Pretty much they can do whatever they want to you in this town. As long as you're in this town, if they want to plant something on you, they will plant something on you. If they think you're being a smartass, they will handcuff you and take you off. Technically, what I was told, it don't matter what state you're in, you can literally look at a officer and tell him, fuck you. Now, what it is if you look at a officer and tell him fuck off or fuck you, you're not touching him, you're just saying it, you can get arrested for damn it, what is that? Pretty much assault on an officer. I'm going to read a couple of these comments. I'm sorry. Like I said, I will put out the video when I get it edited, because my wife don't want to be in it, and when she took my phone, you can see her face, but you can hear the conversation, what was going on, but she don't want to be on camera, so I got to cut her out of it somehow, so I can use the rest of the video, because the rest of the video is pretty much me and him talking back and forth, and you can hear the tone of my voice, you can hear the tone of his voice. And don't get me wrong, he was calm, the officer was calm, I was not calm, because I was pissed, because I know I did not do nothing wrong. I know I did not cross the center line. I was in my lane. I did not cross a white line. I did not cross the center line. I think I pretty much drove straight as a fucking arrow all for a long time. But I'm going to read a couple of these comments. But start taking donuts with you. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I get pulled over in this vehicle I drive. I get pulled over every. It seems like I've been left alone for at least 2 months now. But now it seems like it's starting to happen again, where I'm starting to get pulled over. But the funny thing is, when he told me and sat there and argued with me, soon as he shut off his camera, his body camera, soon as he shut it off, he literally sat there and said, well, the tags come back to a non-licensed driver. Okay, so that's the reason why you pulled me over. You didn't pull me over because I went across the center line, now did you? And he would not answer that question. I was like, so you just pulled me over because of the tags, that's it. Understandable. I've been pulled over plenty of times about the tags. I would have been fucking calm. But don't tell me I went over a center line back there. Soon as he walked up to the truck, I got out. He was standing there. He asked, how you doing tonight, sir? I was like, I'm doing fucking great. And he looks at me. He's like, well, you crossed the center line back there. No, I did not fucking cross no center fucking line. So let me read these messages real quick. And we're going to start right here. Birthday chat said, that is BS. Did he light you up with his red and blues? Or no, he literally had just blue lights. It was just blue. There was no freaking red lights on that car. He probably does have red lights, but it was only blue lights. I don't know the difference between the red and blue, but Highway Patrol, I know Highway Patrol can flip on blue lights and just leave the blue lights on, or they can flip on the red lights or do both of them. I do know that for a fact because I ran tow truck, and when they're on a scene of an accident, they will have the blue lights going. When they are on a DUI traffic stop or a violation of a traffic stop, they normally have both lights going. I do know that. Let's see. Did he light you up with his red and blues? No, he did not light me up with red and blues, because unless he lights you up, you are not pulled over. Or exactly, but he only flipped his lights on when I pretty much had the truck pretty much stopped. That's when actually, yeah, I just put it in park when he turned his blue lights on. As soon as I pulled in and I started backing up, and as soon as I backed up and put it in park, that's when the lights came on. Sounds like I need to move. Yes, I don't. I like the town, but I don't like the town, if that makes sense. I do not like some of the officers, a lot of the officers in this town, because this town is corrupt. Like this town, you can literally, like, I swear to God, the cops literally put drugs back on the street. Let's see. Because unless he lights you up, you are not pulled over or detained. Right. What's up, bro? Bro, sounds like you need to move. Just my opinion. To keep yourself safe. Make sure your state is a one-party state, and that you're allowed to record and play public I'm pretty sure, yeah, because I told the officer when I got out, I was like, and I don't know why I said live, but I wasn't live, I was recording, but that's what I said to him. I go, I did not cross no yellow line, and technically I was actually making a video when I went over the railroad tracks, but my phone was down on my lap when I was making the video. when I passed the highway patrol. So when I passed the highway patrol, I picked up my phone, and as soon as he passed me, I put my phone up, and you can see him do the U-turn and come up. And then I put my phone back down when I was driving, because technically in the state of Ohio, you cannot be on, and this is what I don't understand. Technically in the state of Ohio, you're not allowed to text or be on a phone call with your phone. But the cops and a lot of these towns around me, they're either texting when they're driving, or they're playing on their computer while they're driving, or they're talking on the phone while they're driving. And that's what I don't understand. These cops can talk, text, and play on their computers while they're driving. That's a violation of a traffic code right there. If you're not allowed to do it, why are they allowed to do it? Oh, let's see. What else here? The bro starts talking, taking donuts with you. Yeah, I know, taking donuts with me. Yeah, definitely, Buckeye Creeker, taking donuts. I need to start. Hell, some of these cops don't even eat donuts in my town. They rather go to McDonald's and eat a hot dog or something. Praise for your, yo bro, get you a back the blue sticker. Black and blue sticker. I know. Sounds like Pennsylvania, Kentucky. Exactly. But like I said, I have a video of the conversation me and the officer had, and I will, and like I said, and my wife even will sit there and tell you, I was rude as fuck to this cop. As soon as he walked up to the truck, I was a fucking dick. Automatically. Dick. I was pissed off instantly. As soon as he turned around on me, I was automatic pissed off, because for one, I knew what he was going to get me for. It was going to be the tags on the vehicle. That's what he was going to get me for. But he said I crossed the yellow line. When I did not cross the yellow line, the car behind him literally swerved and about hit a fucking curb in front of the gas station. Or not the gas station, but the car lot by the gas station, before they went up and over the railroad tracks. So while he was turning, doing the U-turn, when he got into a half of a U-turn that he can see the car that was passing us, he did a U-turn, and then the car swerved and about hit the curb, and he got behind me at the same time. But honestly, I really think he seen the brake lights come on and he thought I was a DUI, even though there was a fucking railroad track. You go up and over and up and over, and you got to come to a stop, because if you hit those railroad tracks doing 25 miles an hour, and the speed limit is 35 out here on High Street, 35 miles an hour, that's the speed limit from one traffic light to the bridge at the other end. It's 35 miles an hour, because it's a main street. And I shit you not, 90% of the fucking vehicles out here, it drives up and down through here, does 55. 45 to 50. We used CB radios for years with no problem. I'd get a license plate change, get something. That's the thing, Crystal. The vehicle I drive, and I think you came into after I said this, but the vehicle I drive, it is registered to my stepson. My stepson has a permit, but when they run the license plates, the license plate comes back to a non-licensed driver. That's what it says, a non-licensed driver, okay? But when you call the BMV, they say that his permit is valid, and they don't see why it's coming up as a non-licensed driver. The only thing they can think of is because it's a permit. It's not a driver's license. It's a permit. But they will still fuck with the vehicle, and I don't know why. They will pull this vehicle over all the time. He's a boy. Sorry, my internet went out for some odd reason. He's a boy. I'm a guy. We're both males. So, and the sad part is, they don't run the tag until they get behind you. They will literally pass that vehicle and pull up into a parking lot, turn back around and get behind you, then read the tags. We don't have front license plates on any of our vehicles because in the state of Ohio now you don't need a front license plate. It used to be where if you had a vehicle, you gotta have a front license plate and a back license plate. Now you don't need no front license plate because of all the newer cars are made now where there's no spot on the front of the car to put a license plate. So they changed the law where you just purchase a license plate and you put it on the back of your vehicle and that's it. So you don't have to have a front license plate. Now there are some cars that's running around, it's got 2 license plates on it because they're still running on the old style tags. I don't have any old style tags, to be honest with you. I'd get a license plate change, yeah, get something personalized. It's crazy that they can't fix the tag situation. Exactly, they just can't fix the tags. And they can't even put anything in the freaking system saying, hey, it's a licensed driver driving the vehicle. It's a step kid. They're telling me, oh, there's nothing we can do. We can't type anything in the system. But by God, you can type in the system if you gave someone a ticket. You can type in the system and leave notes when you pull someone over and their tags are expired on their birthday and they got 24 hours and they're going to go get tags the next day. They will put a little note in there because I've seen cops do it. I've seen them get on their computer and leave notes. Hey, don't pull this car over. It's a valid driver, you know, da-da-da-da. I've seen them do shit like that to other people before. I've been in vehicles with friends that cops literally will leave notes. So why can't the cops leave fucking notes? And plus it was the weekend. It was Friday night. The bars, and that's the thing. I passed 2 bars. One of the bars is right next to our fire department. And the sad part is the people were getting in their cars drunk. I watched a girl fall down in front of her car and get into the driver's seat. But you're going to fuck with me. When that car could have left that bar and that girl could have went left to center and actually killed someone. But you're going to make up a story because I was coming to the West End. That's why he pulled me over. I know it. I can feel it in my gut. He pulled me over because I was coming towards the West End of my town where it's a high volume traffic area for drugs. And the road I turned on, the road I live on, there is a couple houses around me. It's a very high volume of drug trafficking. That's why I'm trying to get out of this town. That's why I'm trying to buy a house this coming up summer. Exactly. Pull over the drunk drivers. Don't pull over someone that didn't do nothing. Pull over the car. I literally about hit a fucking curb when you did a U-turn in the middle of the road just to pull me over. Because I was coming to the West End. Because I was dressed. I literally had a black sweatshirt on. And I really think it is the way, and I look young. I don't look that old. Because after he shut his body cam off, that's when he told me the real reason why he pulled me over. He goes, well, when the tags came out, the tags came back as soon as we turned on your road. It said a non-licensed driver. Okay. So you didn't pull me over for going left to center. You tell me why you're on body cam. I pulled you over because you went left to center. You went left to center. Yes, you did. You went left to center. I watched you. You went left to center. No, I fucking didn't. I did not go left to center. I did not go left to center. Motherfucker, I did not go left to center. And then, soon as my wife says, well, just write him the ticket and you got a dash cam, we will take it to court so we can see the cameras. And that's when he goes, whatever he did in his pockets, that camera shut off. The red dot of that camera went completely gone. There is no blinking light no more. Your wife is smart though. Best thing to do besides arguing is take it to court. He has it all on camera. Exactly. That's and my wife knows. I will get so freaking pissed off where I don't hear shit around me. Like, I literally don't hear nothing around me. She can sit there and yell at me and yell at me and yell at me to tell me to stop, and I will not hear her. All the thing I can hear is the person in front of me yelling at me or talking to me and me yelling back. That's it. When I get so aggravated and pissed off, that's all. I don't hear nothing around me. But she literally sat there and said, if you're not going to write a ticket, then, well, after she said, write the ticket, she goes, write the ticket. We will take it to court. He's got dash cams. And then he shuts off his camera. Soon as she said that, he shuts off his body camera. And soon as I seen that body camera go off, I had my hands in my pocket. Body camera goes off. I went, and I started walking up on the porch. And he goes, whoa, where are you going? I'm coming up on the porch. I'm done arguing. And she told the officer, you keep on instigating it. I'm trying to calm him down. You keep on telling him, talking to him. Simple as that. If you see someone aggravated, you don't sit there and keep telling them, well, you crossed the yellow line. You crossed the yellow line. I watched you cross the yellow line. Dude, I'm getting pissed off. My wife was so afraid that if that officer, and I'm the type of person, and I wouldn't do this to no officer, no means. An officer can grab a hold of me and I will not fight back. But she said that I was so in zone of what was going on and standing my ground for not crossing that yellow line that she was afraid if that officer would have grabbed a hold of me that we would have been wrestling around. But there is no means that I would ever do that. I would never fight with a cop. They can sit there and grab a hold of me and shake me to death, and I will keep my hands up. I will not fight back. They can slam me, they can body slam me, they can beat me around. I will not fight back because I look at it as this. I don't care how pissed off you get. If an officer grabs you and slams you to the ground, and if you try to fight back, nobody's going to sit there and defend you. Nobody's going to sit there and be like, well, he didn't do nothing, the cop did this and the cop did that. No. If a cop grabs you and throws you in handcuffs or slams you up against a cruiser or does anything violent to you, keep your hands up. Do not fight back. Do not fight back. And the reason why I say this is because we had 2 people die in our county jail. Two people die in our county jail by violence by an officer. And those cops are still cops today. They're still police officers. One of them was an autistic kid. I never knew. I went to school with him. You would never tell he was autistic. He was a very smart dude. But when he don't take his medication and stuff, I guess you can really tell an autistic. When he drinks, I guess you can tell the autistic. He's high, whatever. But anyways, they arrested him for drinking in public. That's all what it was. He was walking down the sidewalk, walking home. He got arrested for in public intoxication. I think I said that right. He was walking home. He left the bar, one of the bars. The cops ended up handcuffing him. He was literally handcuffed from the cruiser into the building, because they have it all over the internet. Just look it up. It's all over YouTube. Actually, I will do a video of it for everybody. I will do a video of what I'm talking about. They literally unhandcuffed him, told him to put his hands on the wall, and then all what he did was put his hands down, pulled up his pants, put his hands back up on the wall. A cop, you can tell a cop was talking to him because he was looking back behind him. And this other cop who did the damage to the kid was a very big cop, like muscular, real big. When he took his hands down, because you can tell someone told him to take his hands off the wall. As soon as he took his hands off the wall, he ended up turning around, looking at an officer, turned back, and the officer told him to walk to the double doors. He started walking, and he just points at a cop. He just points. That's all what he did. He wasn't doing nothing violent or anything. He just points at the cop. The cop literally snatches him up, picks him up off the ground, and slams him on the ground. Fucked up his head. I think they broke his neck. I think, if I remember right, they broke his neck. Literally put him in a cell, and then ended up having the paramedics come. The paramedics picked him up out of the cell, or the holding cell. Like, they didn't shut the door or anything. They just kind of put him in there, laid him down in there. The paramedics came, got him, took him to the hospital, and he died the next day. But that officer still is working at that place today. And nobody can sit here and be like, oh, well, no cops are corrupt. No cops are corrupt. Bullshit. The cops in this fucking town are corrupt. I can tell you that right now. I can probably name at least 5 city and 3 sheriffs and a couple highway patrols and a judge and a lawyer who are corrupt in this town. That's why when I started going to jail for child support, I would have to go to a whole different state or a whole different town. Another town, because that's where my kids live. My kids live up north of Ohio. They live up in a different town. So anytime I have to go, if I don't pay child support, I go to jail, and that's where they stick me. This town I live in, you don't go to jail for child support. But that town, you still go to jail for child support. There's a lot of cities and towns in Ohio that you don't go to jail for child support. But this specific town, you still go to jail for child support. I don't know how many times, every time I went to jail, like if I got a warrant out for my arrest because of child support, or it's pretty much that's what it was, just not showing up for court because I paid my child support. There's no point, because I thought I was screwing over my baby mama, and technically it was hurting me at the end. So I kind of learned a valuable lesson: pay your child support. But anyways, normally the town I live in, the county I live in, they would take me to county jail here, and then they will transport me up there. Every time I go to county, anytime I went to county jail, there was always an officer beating on somebody. Like, literally, will come in, and if you don't jump when he tells you to jump, he will slam you up against a wall. And that's where I learned how to do not fight with no officer. Keep your hands where anybody can see them. If you have any witnesses around, you keep your hands out. If you hit the ground, you keep your hands out. If you get on your back, you keep your hands out. You just keep your hands in plain sight of everybody around you, because every cop has a camera. As long as those cameras are on, someone in those videos who has a body cam will see your hands. They will see both of your hands. So if you just keep your hands out, the cops, they're going to get in trouble for it. And like I said, I don't have a problem with cops. I literally do not have problems with cops. They're supposed to be here to protect and serve. They work for you. They don't work for anybody else. They work for the taxpayers. That's where they get paid. They get paid because of our money. It comes out of our checks. They're here to protect and serve you. But if you ask any cop in my town, hey, I pay you. You're supposed to be working for me. You're supposed to be protecting me. They will look at you and tell you to shut the fuck up. No, I do not work for nobody except for the mayor of my town. That's what they will tell you. So how do you get paid? The state pays us. Bullshit. How does the state get paid? Plain as day. How does the state get paid? How does the cops get paid? How does the fire department get paid? How does the EMS get paid? It all comes from the state. How does the state get paid? It comes from the taxpayer. How does the taxpayer get money to the state? Simple. It comes out of your paycheck in your taxes because it's the taxpayer. But like I said, I have a video. Once I cut my wife out of it because she don't want to be on camera. She does not like to be on camera because when she literally took, like, pretend this is the phone. When she took my phone, she literally had it. She didn't realize it was facing her. She thought I was, because I said live, and I didn't mean to say live. I meant to say I was recording. But when I handed her my phone so she can record the whole incident, she was trying to figure out how to switch the camera around. But when you're on live, I can switch the camera around. When I'm just videoing, you cannot switch the camera around on my phone. So she had the phone literally sitting like this, and it was looking right up at her, and she don't want to be on camera at all. And she's a beautiful woman, don't get me wrong, beautiful woman. I don't know why she don't want to be on camera. She is a very beautiful woman, but she just don't want to be on camera. But anyways, that's what happened last night. I'm kind of still aggravated about it, but like I said, I do have a video of it. I'm going to try to figure out how to edit, not edit like where I'm going to cut pieces in and do this. I don't know how to do that. Just, I want to take her out of it. I just want to cut her out. But you will have everything else. You will have me going to McDonald's. You will have me coming home from McDonald's. You will, just like last night when I was at McDonald's, I was literally making a video, and this is why it was on video. I was literally making a video from McDonald's because they did not give me a receipt. And I tell you the reason why they didn't give me a receipt real quick. The reason why they did not give me a receipt, because they only could take cash purchases, right? You can only use cash. You couldn't use a credit card. You can't use none of that because their credit card machine was down. So everybody knows when you run a credit card through any machine, you automatically get a receipt, right? Well, McDonald's, when you hand them the cash, they don't give you a receipt because it was a cash purchase. They say they cannot give receipts for a cash purchase. So in the beginning of my video, when I put it up, it will have why I'm videoing at the very beginning about McDonald's, about the receipt, not getting a receipt. My wife asked for a receipt. They did not give me a receipt. So I made a video about it. While I was making the video, the phone was on my lap. I was driving home. I didn't have it in my hand or anything. I literally had it laying on my lap. When I was driving home, That's when all the stuff happened with the officer. That's when he did the U-turn and all that. That's why I could. And I picked up my phone off my lap when he did a U-turn and kind of put it up. It's like he's going to pull me over, and I didn't even get a chance to say what for because I knew he. I thought he was going to pull me over for no tags or for the tags being in someone else's name. Comes back to a non-licensed driver, but he said I went left to center, and that's why he pulled me over in my driveway. He literally pulled me over in my driveway. Like I was literally parked, and he turned on his blue lights while I was in my driveway. So technically, he didn't really pull me over in the first place because he didn't have his lights on. You know how they flip your lights on and you drive and you didn't pull over? Yeah, I literally pulled in my driveway. He was coming up behind me. I started backing up. As soon as I put the truck in park and went to go shut it off, his lights came on. Whoop, whoop. That's when his lights came on. Pulled in the driveway, backed up, put the truck in park, went to go shut off the truck. Whoop, whoop. That's when the lights came on. So technically, he didn't pull me over. It's because I was on the West End where a couple houses around me sells drugs. They probably thought I was going to a drug house. Or he thought he could at least try to search the vehicle. But the sad part is I got too mouthy too quick. Did he give you the ticket? No, he did not write me a ticket. He goes, well, this is what I'm going to do for you, sir. I'm not even going to write you a ticket. I ain't going to even write you a ticket. He goes, normally, if you was with another officer, they would have handcuffed you, took you to jail, or they would have gave you a ticket. He goes, I'm not even going to write a ticket. And when he asked me for an ID, I was being a smartass because when he came up to the truck, after I got out of the truck, he literally looked at me and goes, how you doing, sir? And I said, I'm doing fucking great. And he goes, do you have an ID? Nope, no ID. I do not have an ID. I was being a smartass. And the reason why I was being a smartass is because he said ID, not, hey, do you have a driver's license? It was ID. Because for the simple fact, every time they run the tags on the truck, it comes back to a non-licensed driver. So why are you asking me if I have an ID? I have a driver's license. I understand a driver's license can be an identification card. I understand that. I'm completely aware of my driver's license is an ID card too, but I was just being a smartass. But no, the whole entire time, he did not go back to his crew. He didn't sit there and go, well, let me have your driver's license and I will go back and write you a ticket and you can go ahead and go inside. No, he stood there and literally pretty much argued with my rights. Because I told him, I was like, I know what my rights are. He goes, what rights? I was like, I know what my Ohio State rights are. Like, I gave you my information, so what's your name? It's right here on my badge. And technically, it was not on his badge. It said Highway Patrol on his badge. I don't even think he had honestly, I don't even think he had a name badge, honestly. I almost got a ticket once for speeding, but the officer admitted he couldn't give me one because by the time he got to me, I was already out of the car and the keys were in my purse. That's what I'm saying. Right there. Good point. Because when I pulled in the driveway, and like I said, soon as I pulled in the driveway, I backed up. I put the truck in park. I shut off the truck. And I was already pulling the keys out. And that's when his blue lights came on. And he got out of the car quick, too. He got out of the car fast. Because time I shut off the truck and pulled him out, the lights came on, and I was opening the door, and bam, he was coming up around the truck. That's how quick. So I'm pretty sure he was trying, and that's the reason why he didn't give me a ticket, because I was already out of the vehicle. So when his body cam was on, when he came around the vehicle, I'm already outside of the vehicle standing. And we met face to face. He wanted to give you that ticket. I think so. I really think he wanted to. And that's why he shut off his body cam, because my wife said, well, just let him write you the ticket. He's got a dashboard cam. We will take it to court. Soon as she said that, soon as she said dashboard cam, that's when his body cam light. In my town, in my state, every officer that has a body cam, you can see a red blinking light on it. And that's what I was talking to. I wasn't talking to him to his face. I was talking to the camera while it was flashing. And every time, as soon as she said, just let him write you the ticket, we will take it to court, we can get the dashboard cam, that little red light disappeared. It shut off. It was not blinking after that. So I really think he wanted to write me a ticket, but he couldn't. I'm glad you didn't get the ticket. You would have probably won in court anyways, but no one likes court. Exactly. I've been in court too many times. I went through 3 months of being in court for a domestic violence. I had my ex-wife, through my divorce, my ex-wife tried to put charges on me for stuff that I didn't do. And the sad part is, the cops that arrested me the night of my domestic violence, she knew the cop. She went to school with the cop, with 2 of the officers that arrested me that night. And she told those officers, and she beat the shit out of me. Like, literally, I had bite marks on the side of my neck. I had a little black eye. I had this big ass mark across my side, my rib cage, from where she took one of my kids' baby strollers and swung it and hit me across my rib cage. I had a big old scratch and red mark across my rib cage. I had a bite mark on my wrist. I think it was this wrist, honestly, right on top. I had a bite mark. I was getting ready to get charged. That night I got charged for what was it? A domestic violence gun charge, because my gun was up. My gun was loaded. The clip was loaded, but the chamber wasn't. And it was up in a closet underneath a bunch of clothes. And they tried to charge me for that, and they tried to charge me for she tried to tell the officers that I took the back of her head and held it down in a cushion of a couch to try to smother her. But the thing is, the police report and her report did not match up, because the officers who got arrested me and took her statement was totally different from her statement. Her statement was totally different from the officer's statement. And so the officers was trying to put these charges on me, and she tried to put the charges on me, and I was looking at 10 or 20 years in prison for all this shit that I did not do. So I ended up getting a lawyer. My lawyer literally fought it, and it just got dropped down to a disorderly conduct. So it's just a misdemeanor. Nothing bad. Disorderly conduct. That's all what it is. Misdemeanor. Because she literally told my lawyer I lied about everything. Because he told her, he goes, the cops took pictures of him. He's got all these pictures with marks and everything, and your statement don't line up to the officer's statements. The officer's statements don't line up to your statements. You're saying one thing, they're saying another thing, da 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 da. And she just flat out looked pretty much at my lawyer and said, look, I was lying about the whole situation. I just wanted him out of the house. That's it. So she can move her boyfriend in. That's all what happened. So, and you can pull it up. Everybody can go to Ohio and pull up my record. They can do it. That's what happened that night. I can bring my paperwork out. I got a whole stack of paperwork in there from 2010, 2011. It's got the pictures. It's got her statement. It's got the police officer's statement. I have everything still. Everything. Because I kept everything. Because for the simple fact, the reason why I kept everything, and I recommend this to everybody, if you ever go through anything that I ever went through, always keep your receipts. Always keep dockets. Because for the simple fact, that person, my kids' mom, literally her family knows people high up in that county. They know the mayor, they know the judges, they know lawyers, they know people on, and this is the sad part. She told the officer that she literally sat there and told the cops that night that I got arrested and said, well, I've been afraid my whole entire life. Ever since I met him, I've been afraid of him. Okay. If you was that scared of me and you was afraid of your life, why didn't your mom say anything? Because your mom was on the Women's Domestic Violence Shelter Committee Board. She said she can spot that stuff from a mile away. And then she turns around and lies and says, I just wanted him out of the house. But her parents know a lot of people in that county, a lot of high ups. So I recommend you, if you're going through a divorce, if you're going through a breakup, and by chance if someone got arrested or if you got arrested, make sure you keep your paperwork, because that's what's going to prove that you did not do nothing wrong. Just like last night with that officer. That's why I stood my ground. I did not go over a yellow line. I did not go over a yellow line. I did not go over a yellow line. Yep, keep the paperwork. Exactly. Keep your paperwork, Crystal. Yep. But yeah, that's why I stood my ground last night, because I knew he had that body camera on. I wanted him to come out and tell me why he pulled me over. Why he flipped those blue lights on. He flipped the blue lights on because the license plates came back to a non-licensed driver. Because he finally said it after the body cam went off. After his body cam went off and he shut it off, that's when he said the tags, he goes, well, the tags, and I was like, what, the tags come back to a non-licensed driver? That's why you pulled me over? He goes, yeah, they come back to a non-licensed driver. And my wife sat there and goes, yes, that's my son's truck. We've been pulled over multiple times in it because of it. And he has a permit. We don't know why it's coming back to a non-licensed driver. And that's when I was already on the porch. We start arguing again. And then that's when my wife told the officers, like, look, I'm trying to calm him down. I'm trying to keep him calm. And you keep on instigating the situation. So either write the ticket or go on your way. He goes, well, I'm going to do you a favor tonight. I'm not even going to write you a ticket. I'm not even worried about it. I just want you to, I'm just going to leave it as this. And he walked off. He didn't have nothing on me. And I'm the type of person, if I'm wrong, I'm going to eventually tell you I'm wrong. And the shit I did last night towards that officer, the way I spoke to that officer, the way I got back into the truck to get my food, I probably could have got shot last night. I literally probably could have got shot last night by a cop because the way I was acting. But at that time, I didn't fucking care. Because I know if he would have shot me by making a movement or going to my vehicle, like he grabbed a hold of my sweatshirt, hey, what are you doing? Dude, I'm getting my fucking food out of the truck so I can give it to her so she can take it in. Simple as that. I'm not going to just leave my fucking food on the front seat and let it get cold and not let her eat. You got a problem with me, not her. She can go inside and eat if she wants. But no, she stood outside and waited till the whole thing was done and over with. I think my wife's coming out right now. Nope. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get off here. And like I said, I will, soon as I get her out of the video, because I don't want to edit. I'm not going to edit the video. I don't do editing anyways. When I post a video, I just record and I will put it straight to YouTube. I don't edit. I don't chop, cut anything out. But with this video, I have to cut her out of it because she don't want to be seen on video. So that's the only part that I'm going to try, and that's pretty much at the end somewhere of the video. So I'm going to try to get her out of it. So if not, then hopefully maybe she can be like, you know what, just fuck it, put it up there so they can hear it. So maybe I might be able to get her to just let me post it so I don't have to cut her out of it. Then you can see her reaction on her face, because while she's holding the phone, you can see her reaction where she's like, dude, shut the fuck up. You're going to go to jail tonight, and telling the cop, hey, quit instigating him. I'm trying to calm him down, and you keep instigating, telling him he went over a yellow line. It's what he's pissed about. You're telling him he did something wrong when he didn't do nothing wrong. So I will post a video of it. I'm going to try to get it posted tonight for you guys so you guys can see what exactly happened. I know there's always two sides of every story, and I got the full evidence on camera. You might not see the officer, you might not see me, but you can hear our voices, you can hear his voice, you can hear her voice, all that stuff. Listen to your wife. My advice. Exactly, yeah. She'd probably beat me up if I don't take her out of the video. I hope you all have a great day. I'm going to try. I'm in the garage. I'm going to try to do some videos on the vehicle behind me. A lot of people are asking me to do some videos of me making the rocker panels. So I'm going to try to get a video out today of me doing it. So we'll see what I can do. But Crystal and Nicole, thank you for your comments. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining the live. Who else is in here? It just says I got 2 people in here. So Buckeye Creeker, if you're watching this, thank you for stopping in. Birthday chat, thank you for hopping in for a little bit. Crystal, it looks like you've been commenting a lot on here. Thank you. I appreciate all your comments. It means a lot to me. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you guys all in the next live. I'm going to try to do a live here later on today, but I will try to get that video up tonight. If I'm going to have her help me try to get her out of the video so she's not in it. But thank you very much to all of you, and always remember Stay positive, stay true to yourself. If you're trying to make a YouTube video, just be honest about everything. Then that way you won't have no issues with any other creators. If you have an issue with an officer, don't do what I did and get that upset. Just tell them what you need to say and just remain silent the whole entire time. That's all what I got to say. Don't lose your cool. If a cop happens to grab you, keep your hands in front of you at all times. Don't try to fight back. Just keep your hands out. If you get to the ground, keep your hands out. Keep your hands up. Keep your hands in plain sight at all times when an officer is in front of you. That way, if you know you're not in the wrong and you know they are in the wrong, if you keep your hands in plain sight or somewhere, that body cam's going to catch you. So that's what you want. And if you see an officer shut off his body cam, make sure you remember that next time if that same officer gets you. And always keep your eye on the body cam. You don't have to make eye contact to the officer. Make sure that body cam is normally here, or here. Always keep an eye on that body cam. It's a red light. It will keep flashing. Every time that camera is on, that red light will flash. And every time that light flashes, keep talking to that camera. That way, if they ever do shut it off, they know exactly where it's been shut off at. So with that being said, stay safe, stay true, stay positive, and have a good Saturday. And I will try to get the video put up sometime tonight. I talk to you all later. Have a good day. Again, thank you, Crystal Nicole. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for being in the chat. Buckeye Creeker, thank you. And birthday chat, thank you. I appreciate it. And everybody else that was in the comments listening, thank you. Thank you for coming and checking out the video. I appreciate it. I thank you all very much for listening. I appreciate it. And you guys have a good day. Love all of you. Stay safe. Much love. See you later. Happy birthday, bro. My birthday was last week. But thank you. I appreciate it. But like I said, have a good day. And have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day. And I will see you guys in the next live. Love you.